5%, pretty good, huh? So all I need you to do is bring in $1,639 every month for 30 years and you'll have $1 million. Needless to say, this man was discouraged. So much so that he pretty much never saved a dime, and we see him every day as a Walmart greeter, right? So what happens if he was allowed to win both battles here? What check, you're going to be amazed what happens next, all right? You're going to be amazed. Watch. So let's first win that first battle, which is the rate of return battle. Let's say instead of 5%, we got 10% on our money, right? So on this double-digit return, we now know that it's only $900 to get every month to get $1 million. That's a significant difference between here and here, huh? About $700. So let's say we all of a sudden got to grow this money tax-deferred, where taxes didn't get to nibble at it. Now that number jumps down to $438 a month. Alan, let me ask you, how many people do you know could potentially put away $400 a month? I mean, you're practically blowing that, right? $100 a week? And what you gotta understand, Alan, it's not about $10,000 or a big sum of money, all right? It's about putting away what little that you can on a month-to-month basis and ensuring that A, you don't lose your money, okay? B, that you are getting a higher rate of return on your money, and C, you're reducing taxes to the minimum as possible, right? I mean, once you win all three of those battles kind of put together, well, 2 battles, but you put all 3 together, you, in essence, get to understand when you're going to be totally financially independent. In fact, when a person does step 6 properly, when we're all done, they will know and see when that day can possibly happen. Now, I want to ask you this question, Alan. If you and your wife, okay, and your significant other, were to be financially independent right now, and what I mean by that, it means the kids are gone, the house is paid for, and you're getting this monthly check every month to the day you die, what would you and your wife be doing? What would you and your significant other be doing right now? What are your dreams and goals? Oh, wow! You love egg hunting. That's awesome. Velociraptor reading. Woo! Love it. So, we all know that you can tame and do all those kind of things is because you have options, right? And that's what it's all about. You can do what you want, when you want, how you want it. It's a very powerful thing to know this. I mean, the other day I was during his inflammation phase, and that's pretty much our second visit, and the client's wife gets up and she goes, Jamie, you know what? I bet I can walk to every single one of my neighbors and ask them when are they going to be financially independent. And I bet they want to know. But Jamie, I do. And at that moment I kind of sat back and I looked at them too, and I noticed that they became one. They both understood and shared their dream and goal, and they saw it. Okay? And it's pretty awesome. So that's step 6. Step 7 is estate planning. Okay? Here we like to have people understand that there's a big part of life that happens that ensures if you have some sort of protection on your properties, right? Some sort of protection on, the liabilities of your assets, okay? Your real estate, your home, your business, okay? If you don't have proper estate planning, a lot of things will be confused for when your time passes. So making sure you have a living will be an example of that. I mean, there was a woman called Terry Shaprova, I can't pronounce her name, but she was just in the news recently, about a year ago, and what happened was she was on life support, and the family couldn't know. I mean, some wanted her to kind of pull the plug, the others wanted to keep living, and if she had some sort of living document to explain what her wishes were, it would have saved a lot of headaches and a lot of bickering and conflict. So these are the kind of things we like people to understand about estate planning. So do you have a lawyer that you kind of go over this stuff with? Oh, well, we have a team that we like to refer people to, and they're pretty good and they're efficient in what they do and pretty cheap as compared to your typical lawyer. So those are the 7 steps. And I want to know, out of the 7 steps, which of the 2 felt like you were real strong about, you decided to learn a little bit more about. Okay, number 6 and number 2. Okay, increasing cash flow. Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you, what do you do? What are you doing right now for retirement? Okay. Oh. All right. And so you have a house. All right. And so what other kind of cash? Oh, we have a 401k. Do you mind if I take some notes? Okay. All right. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So, you mentioned that, what is your, Alan, okay, and how old are you again? 40? Okay. Looking good for your age. Alright, now, let me ask you this question. Before we get into a little bit more details, I want to know, when do you feel is going to be a time where you're going to slow down working, where you kind of want to be retired? When you... Oh, 55. All right. So 15 years from now. Okay. And let's be a little honest. So at what time do you feel that you're gonna live to? Well, your grandmother lives. Your grandmother lives, and she's currently 85 and still going strong, huh? So let's go 85, 90, right? Okay. So what you're telling me here is that you're going to have 30 to 35 years of income required for 15 years of work for the next 15 years, right? So let's see how that works out. Maybe we could kind of push this back and mess around with it just a little bit, right? Maybe it's a little 65-ish that you'll be working till. Okay. So what is the bare minimum of expenses that it takes you to live today? And I don't mean that an everyday type of like on a month-to-month basis. Okay, so you're saying about $3,000 a month. Okay, $3,000 a month. All right. So do you remember the Rule 72 we described earlier? And here's the cool thing about it. It's actually it's a math rule, right? So it applies to everything. So it actually applies to your expenses as well. So let's take. Remember we said inflation goes 3 to 4%. Let's go on the low end here. And 3 goes into 72 24 times, right? So in 24 years, your debt, well, not your debt, but your expenses will double to $6,000. Okay, when you would be 64 years old, we'll say 65-ish. And then when you hit your retirement years, for the next 24 years, when you turn 88, this will be $12,000, right? So we know that we got to be in this ballpark range between $6,000 and $12,000 for our standard of living to be consistent for what it is right now. All right. So you had mentioned already you have a 401k, okay, and you said it's you know how much you have in it right now currently? Oh, you got about $100,000. Okay. All right, and you match it. You do. Okay, it's exactly what it is. So how much do you think that's going to grow to? Oh, you think it's going to grow to about $400,000. All right. So you have a home. You do. You have a mortgage. All right. Awesome. So what is your house worth? $200,000. Okay. So when you're 65, what do you think that house is going to be worth? $500,000. All right. All right. You possess any other kind of cash assets, IRAs, mutual funds. Okay, that's about it, huh? All right. So, now, I ask you this question, and when you hit 65, are you going to end up selling your home, or do you really love where you live, and this is going to be your king of your castle? All right, okay, you want to live there, okay, all right. So, we had $900,000 ready for your retirement, but actually we're going to X out that $500,000 and bring it back down to $400,000, okay? Because you're going to live there, right? So this $400,000, if you were to go to some Fidelity, Northwest Mutual, and you said, hey, don't lose my money, this is the money that, you know, this, no matter what guarantee we're going to give you, they're going to probably say 5%. Okay, 5% of 400,000 is actually going to be 20,000 a year. Okay, now 20,000 a year. Let's say 24,000 is actually 2,000 a month. Okay, we know it's going to be 6,000. Right? So where is the other money going to come from? I'm not saying a word. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, where is it going to come from? So we know that we have a problem here, right? And we have the gap to fill. So what I like to do is kind of go over a little more in depth towards this financial needs analysis. Now, you said you didn't have no debt, right? So you have no debt, and you said that you also you have your home payment. Okay. Now, if you had a bare minimum amount of money that you could put away towards your future, okay, where it's going to grow, guaranteed to be protected with a good amount of rate, what would you say that money would be? How much per month? Oh, $300 a month. Now, are you absolutely sure that, you know, if brimstone came down and the car got blown up and all these kind of things, that you would be able to survive? You will. Okay, $300 a month. All right, well, I got to tell you, going through this F&A, you are sitting pretty good, and you're going to be amazed what I'm going to bring back to you. Okay? So I want you to... Woo! It's going to be amazing. Now, I never got to tell you exactly how we get paid for this, all right? So when I come back to you with this awesome plan, I need you to have a nice, hot plate of chocolate chip cookies. With a glass of milk to dip in. Can't beat that. I'm just kidding. But in actuality, how we get paid is that the companies that you pick and select pay us a referral fee for connecting you guys together. So when's a proper date and time that we can meet with you and your spouse? Well, we kind of need your spouse there because we can't make a decision like this. I know my significant other would be like, you did what? And did what? So we kind of need all you guys, both parties together, to understand what's going on. Okay. All right. I got you down for the 6th. Awesome. Hey, this is great, and I really look forward to meeting you because you're going to be blown away what we bring you. Have a good one.